What's up, everybody? I got another video for you today. It's been a long road, but the amplifier for my JTR RS1 is back in the house. I know a lot of you saw my icebox video when I found out that one of the plate amps in one of my JTR RS1s needed to go to service. It was truly a rainy day here at the Genius Home Theater. It's been 3 weeks and getting this amp back has been a movie. Good thing I like movies. Before we put this thing back together, I'll describe some of the symptoms or the symptom I was having that actually caused it to have to go to service in the first place. Now, occasionally I would notice that this particular sub wasn't playing any sound. And after looking behind the unit, I would see a flashing red and green LED. And to fix that issue, I would usually cycle the power off and then back on again, and that would clear it. And I wouldn't see it again for months. If you have to power cycle to clear an issue like this, make sure you address it before or inside of your warranty period. Well, after a few failed attempts, I finally accepted the fact that this amp needed servicing. I knew I was outside of the 3-year warranty for the amp, so I immediately went to jtrspeakers.com and sent an email to get direction on what to do next. I had no response after a couple of days, so I reached out to Youth Man from Obsessed Home Theater for help. He advised me to email again, and he would personally ask the sales team at JTR to look for my email. I did, and I received a response within 5 minutes. He did not have to do that, especially because I'm not one of his direct customers. So thank you, Obsessed Home Theater, for the assist. JTR emailed clear and easy to follow steps on how to remove and how to ship my plate amp to SpeakerPower for repair. Stick around, because before we reinstall the repair amp, we're going to take a closer look at the amp and what's inside this JTR RS1 enclosure. But forget about all that. You don't want to hear about that. What you want to hear about is why it took 3 weeks to get this amp back, don't you?
No! God, please, no! 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 No!
Roll the footage.
Wait.
After packaging my amplifier, I went straight to the post office. When I got there, I asked the clerk for the cost to send the package to California. She says, okay, you have 3 options. For $99, it'll be there on Saturday. For $38, it'll be there on Monday. And for $12, it'll be there next Monday. Okay, Monday, December the 1st, it is for 38 bucks. And just like that, the package was off. I checked my tracking on Tuesday, the day after it was supposed to arrive, to find no new updates since I dropped the thing off. I called the post office, who eventually listed the package as lost. And after 5 days, the package was found and set to be delivered the next Monday. And nope, I couldn't get a refund on the shipping because I didn't ship at the $99 price, which is the only refundable priority. Finally, some good news. SpeakerPower received it on the 8th, repaired it, and shipped it back the next day on the 9th via UPS. After 3 more days and no new UPS tracking updates, I inquired to SpeakerPower just in case, because now I'm getting nervous. And wouldn't you know, something happened with the UPS shipment and they had to change the shipper to FedEx. So I lost another 6 days. SpeakerPower did upgrade my shipping speed to next day air at their cost. You can imagine my relief when I saw that box on my porch. Let me tell you, man, if it wasn't for the shipping delays, this probably could have been done in a week, because from what I hear, this was not typical. Now we are going to open this thing together. And I know my serial number because I took a picture of that too. So don't play with me, SpeakerPower. I'm telling you right now, I don't even trust my own kids right now. My skepticism alarm is on high.
They're not here.
No, man, I'm just joking. I'm joking. I'm just joking. Is in here, man. It's definitely in the box. Well, let's take a look. Let's take a look at this repair invoice and see what they did. It says here, replace pick. Yes, that's a very bland explanation. I know. I did request more information and they responded, but I like how ChatGTP answered it. I asked ChatGTP, what is the PIC and its function on a SpeakerPower plate amp?
In the context of plate amplifiers, especially those made by companies like SpeakerPower, the component referred to as the PIC is typically a microcontroller, specifically a programmable intelligent computer or a programmable interface controller. In other words, it's a small chip that's programmed to manage certain control tasks. Its function is to handle the logic and control operations inside the amplifier. That might include managing protection circuits, controlling the amp's operational modes, or handling digital signals. Basically, it's like the little brain inside the amp that keeps everything running smoothly.
All right, and that programmable integrated controller is right here on this board right here. So I'm assuming this is what needed to be replaced right here. And while we're here, let's take a look around. You'll also see these two right here, SMPSs or switch mode power supplies. These turn the incoming wall voltage into DC voltage right here. All right, over here, class D output stage right here, or the power amplifier. This is where the audio power is actually switched and delivered. You can see these MOSFETs right here. All right, these winding looking things right here. This is the output filter. It works like a strainer or a shock absorber for high speed switching noise from the output stage. And it's basically a low pass filter for the electrical cleanup. It is not a low pass filter for the sound tuning. All right, this is gonna look familiar. This right here is the output capacitor bank. Prevents voltage drops during loud bass hits. We're kind of familiar with that. A lot of us might be familiar with what these are or have seen them before. All right, so lastly, right here, we got the current sense and protection components right here. These little resistors right here detect overcurrent faults, and then they send data back to the PIC for shutdown. Okay, you've seen the outside of the plate amp, and we've kind of pointed out some of the components on this amp right here. So let's take a look at the back of the JTR or the inside of the JTR RS1 enclosure and see what we can see. All right, really not much to see here on the back side of this JTR RS1 enclosure right here. Your eye will probably immediately go to this reused denim type of insulation that you see right here. There is some bracing right here that goes all the way here. Even on the sides, you can see it's stuffed all the way in here. It's pretty thick. Some bracing there and some bracing at the top as well. And right here, so what you probably can't help but notice is this huge magnet on the back. Now, my hand is big enough to palm a basketball, so this will give you an idea of the size of the magnet that's on the back of this actual driver right here. So it's huge. So you have that, and only other thing we got left is the speaker wire that goes to or from the actual woofer to the amplifier. That's pretty much it in the inside. Of course, the terminal's there, but you can see that massive 18-inch subwoofer right here. As instructed by JTR, I took pictures of the wire connection and the knob positions to make reinstallation and calibration worry-free. I install the screws to complete the install. Ladies and gentlemen, Frankenstein's monster. All we need is 120 volts to bring it back to life, and we'll be back to terrorizing the neighborhood. Hey, this whole ordeal has been a journey, But I can't be happier to have my RS1 back in action. Now we back up to 3 subs in the Genius Home Theater. So again, it's definitely been a journey. This whole ordeal has been crazy, but now it's time to catch up on some huge movie titles that I missed out on. Hey, I want to thank everyone for hanging out once again. And remember to like the video. Remember to subscribe if you haven't, and even become a member of the channel if you can to help support the channel. This is Genius Home Theater. My name is Ron, and I will see you on the next one.